I had encountered a traumatic event. It was a sexual assault. The situation was bad. I wasn't in a peaceful, safe place at all. It was a residential house for people that should not be living by themselves. I didn't know where to go. I didn't have anywhere to go, and anywhere I could have went, I was gonna end up in the same situation. I felt like I was safer in a ditch on the side of the road than I was in that house. I was not able to get to the hospital on my own, so I called an ambulance to come get me. So I ended up at Methodist Hospital. I made a deal with God that if I walked in and there was a female in the emergency room, that I would tell my story. And there were 5.
My name is Andrea Cressy. I'm the Forensic Nursing Program Director. For this particular patient, we always know there's a little more to the story. Originally, forensics was not involved. They had called the Hurwell advocate. And so the advocate from Hurwell came out, saw the patient, and realized there was a lot more to the story and that she did need forensic help, and really advocated to make sure that, we could at least do an evaluation. So the Hurwell director had called me and asked if I could help them out to see if we could, possibly provide a forensic nurse. Sexual assault is when a person does not feel comfortable with what was done to them. Kind of the old school thought was that penetration had to occur for it to be a sexual assault. That is not true. We work very closely with law enforcement when they sometimes bring a patient in, or they'll come and see the patient after we've already established care with them. And like I say, the advocate is really the whole piece. They come and also meet the patient after they've come to our emergency departments, and they stay with the patient. They provide the support to the patient. They take the patient from the time they're in our emergency department. They take them all the way past when they leave our emergency departments. They also provide counseling, they provide resources. Sometimes they're providing housing and rides, and so they do this work because they love this work and it's very important to them. They've got amazing hearts. The comfort bags are amazing, and I've seen this firsthand, especially after the exam and we're offering our patients a shower, and the patient came out of the shower and she was like, wow, did you know that there's this scrub in there and it smells so good? She said, oh, it was amazing. And then as the exam kind of progressed and we're wrapping it up, and she was, in her clothes that were also provided in that bag, because we did have to take her clothes into evidence. She was sitting in the room, and she had the card in her hand, and she was reading it. And she said, did you know these are in there too? And she had tears in her eyes. There was so much more than just a bag. And she had her bear, with her arm around her bear. And I thought, this is just incredible. This little bag that you don't think is that big of a deal was huge for her.
Hurwell walked in and they had clothes for me, and they had a bag of toiletries and necessities. That teddy bear is probably the most cherished thing I have.
Whenever Candace got the call, drove to Methodist, met the client there, and that's kind of how the introduction happened. And after meeting the client and hearing her story, they realized the patient was homeless. Most of the time, whenever we leave the hospital, we follow up with the client, but we don't always know if they go home to a safe location, because we can't guarantee that for them. A lot of women that leave domestic violence relationships, there's a saying that goes that all they leave with is a diaper bag and the kids. And so when you leave a situation like that, especially because a lot of these women, it takes them 7 times just to actually leave the abuser. And that doesn't mean they didn't leave before. That just means they kept going back. But to fully permanently leave, it takes them 7 times. And so opening up Samaria for them would be a new hope.
Hope is my future. Freedom from abuse, neglect, addiction, just freedom. Hope is freedom. Through their support and therapy that Herwell has provided, I'm starting to see that I am a much better person than I was. Loving myself is definitely something that I haven't done ever, and I am starting to know my worth. They have been behind me every inch of the way, holding my hand and pulling me back up and pushing me forward, and they help me figure out what to do, who to call, where to go, and that's commendable. Thank you.